me feeling like I'm academics.
Double jeopardy. So we can ask them about prior convictions. We can ask them about
all right. Enough is this. Enough. All right, chat. Is there any let me do the David topic real quick. All right, chat. Look like shit's about to start heating up in this David situation again.
Anyway.
Oh fuck. Stop. So in the David situation, it appears that now we have authorities doubling back and saying that he is now named a suspect. Before they were like investigating the murder of I forgot her name's Celeste Rivera, and even though she was found dismembered in a car that belongs to him, was registered to him as a Tesla, he was not officially named as a suspect, leading people to believe that maybe he's just actually innocent and somebody's trying to frame him for it. Also, when you think about everything to do with how this guy positions himself, he hasn't spoken, he hasn't whatever, a lot of people felt like, maybe there's something else going on, because if they already had him dead to rights, they would have arrested him. Clearly, they have not. However, they have named him as a suspect today. Let's check this out.
It is now being reported that David may officially be a suspect in connection with the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez. After this missing girl's decomposed body was found in his car 2 months ago, this is a major development. Strange, considering recent reports, but major nonetheless. Oh, and TMZ is now reporting that LAPD may now be looking at this as a homicide case. If all of this is in fact true, what does this mean for him and this investigation? Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime. I'm Jesse Weber. That there were no arrests that are imminent in the death of 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, whose decomposed body was found in a Tesla that was registered to singer David. Her body was found September 8th. But now, outlets like TMZ and ABC News, they have just reported that sources confirmed to them that David, real name David Anthony Burke, is now considered a suspect. Now, the LAPD didn't come out and say this for sure. They didn't confirm it, but this is what is being reported. And TMZ, by the way, reported that they are being told that the LAPD is in fact looking at this as a homicide investigation. And they even cite how a source is reportedly telling them that the investigation found that David allegedly took a trip in spring 2025 to this remote area in Santa Barbara County, was there for several hours. TMZ does warn, though, that they haven't double-sourced this information, but it should be noted, we don't know when Celeste died. Reporting indicates that she may have been dead for quite some time. Steve Fisher, the private investigator who was hired by the owner of the property that David was staying at, which is near where the Tesla was found, he said there's proof of life photo of Celeste from January 2025. Publicly, though, there have been no confirmed videos or photos of Celeste since 2024. Now, all of this new reporting, I have to be clear, all of this new reporting, we can't 100% confirm if this is true. In fact, E! claims they contacted the LAPD for comment, but a spokesperson said they couldn't confirm this reporting because this is an ongoing active investigation. This idea that David is a suspect, that is backed up also by NBC4 Los Angeles, who says they spoke to an LAPD source with direct knowledge of the investigation. By the way, the same source who confirmed that David is no longer cooperating with law enforcement in this case. Again, that's the allegation. LAPD hasn't come out and said that officially, but we got to talk about this. And I actually want to read you, before I even get into that, I want to read you a direct quote from NBC4 Los Angeles.
All right, man, I ain't even going to listen to this all the way through, man. Let me just give you my thoughts on this. Yo, David's now a suspect. Bro, they know what happened. They're trying to find some motive. They're trying to figure out how exactly he did it, and it's probably just not adding up. So that's why they were trying to keep out hope that maybe she, I don't know, got under the influence of some drugs. She drugged herself or whatever, and, this is why, like, it probably doesn't match up. Otherwise, everything kind of matches up, and the nigga's a suspect. We all know that he more than likely he smoked them motherfuckers, or he smoked Celeste. Like, and I think that's where people are trying to prove that he could go to jail, but I do think it's not as cut and dry as it would appear, and I think that's where all the issue, so to speak, is going to come in, because I think the dude was smart enough not to just give himself away. There's no real motive. However, I do believe the police are going to figure this out, honestly.
Quote, police tell NBC4 Investigates that Celeste's death likely occurred in the spring and that David likely had help in dismembering and disposing of the body. To be clear again, no arrests have been made as of yet, okay? Why this is so confusing, aside from what I just mentioned with TMZ reporting that LAPD told them there's no imminent arrests, LAPD told KTLA, what was it, last week, that they stand by their prior news release. That, quote, the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner has not yet determined the cause or manner of Ms. Rivas Hernandez's death. As such, it remains unclear whether there's any criminal culpability beyond the concealment of her body. So is the reporting suggesting that he is the suspect in the concealment of the body, something more? And by the way, that is true. When it comes to the ME, it doesn't appear that there is a change, that this manner and cause of death have been listed or have been determined. Once that comes in, though, once the toxicology results come in, we're going to have a better understanding.
But the people who saying that, yeah, right, man. This is a grown-ass man. This look like a damn child. Like, there's no way you're fooled by her. This is too young.
Understanding of what happened here. But according to ABC, their sources say the ME will in fact make a determination soon. And ABC News is reporting that according to sources, Celeste, this girl from Lake Elsinore, California, who was reported missing last year, her body was dismembered when it was found in that car, and that the dismemberment and the disposal likely involved more than one person, and that law enforcement have been in touch with several people who are somehow connected or involved in this case. What do we make of this? Let me bring in Colin L. Schmidt, retired FBI agent, president, CEO of Kronos Litigation Experts. Thank you so much for coming on.
All right, so David's now a suspect. I expect that he's going to be a suspect until he gets caught. Do I think he did it? I think there's a reasonable amount of information to make us believe that he knows what the hell's going on, even if he didn't do it directly. So we will see, man. We will see.
And I'm sure points are still.
Because if he's not a homicide investigation, which, by the way, you could potentially have a homicide investigation even if drugs are involved, but there is a delay. Why a delay in a case like this?
Well, I think it comes right back to the media attention here, is because once you and the DA's office in LA, as well as the LAPD, is very experienced with the media. They know once they release that ME report, that's going to cause another round of speculation and media firestorm. So they want to hold their cards very close to them while they're gathering all their facts, because once you let the horses out of the barn, you can't let them back in. And I'm fairly confident that they know what's in that ME report. It's just a matter of time before it does officially come out. And I would suspect it won't come out until they actually have a charging document along with it.
I know I sound like a broken record, but I'll say it again. Assuming these allegations are true, assuming this reporting is true, this Santa Barbara trip is bizarre, no?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, at the very least, I see concealment. I don't know if he would actually commit the murder and just have the especially if he knew he was popular, just have the remains just kind of sitting around, where he was going to be at. So I think that's a little bit odd, but you never know. You never know. By the way, I see some people want me to talk about a few other things.